Okay, so you want to know how much your parents' opinions should really matter in your relationship.
Yeah, it's a big one, isn't it?
Huge. Like a question for the ages, right?
Definitely.
And the stuff you sent over, I mean, there's like a whole series worth of deep dives in here just about this.
Right, and it touches on so many
It
things.
really does. Like, where do you even begin?
Well, I mean, it's something that's been fascinating people forever, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, we're all grappling with this. Like, how much should our parents weigh in on our love lives?
Exactly. And it gets even more complex when you bring in the cultural piece.
Oh, totally. I was just going to say that because the research talks about how different cultures view parental involvement. Like, it's a whole spectrum.
It is. Like, you have cultures where parents are super hands-on, practically picking their kid's partner.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then on the other end, you have cultures where it's like taboo to even offer an opinion. Like, it's seen as overstepping big time.
Oh, wow. So navigating that with your partner, if you come from different backgrounds, I mean,
Yeah.
that's got to be tricky.
Talk about a recipe for conflict, right?
Right. So how do
Yeah.
we even start unpacking this?
Well, I think one of the first things to consider is that our parents' opinions often come from a really personal place.
Yeah, their own experiences, right?
Exactly. They've lived a whole life, probably had their own relationship ups and downs, and all that shapes how they view things.
It's like they've got all this like unofficial relationship wisdom.
Yeah, like a PhD in love, but earned the hard way.
Totally.
Yeah.
But I guess the thing is their PhD might come with some pretty strong biases.
Oh, for sure. Like, if their own marriage was a struggle, they might be extra cautious about who you date.
Yeah, projecting their past hurts onto your present.
Right. Or on the flip side, if they had like a fairy tale romance, they might have these sky high expectations for your relationship.
And that's not always helpful, right?
Not always. No,
Yeah.
like they're looking at your relationship through their own uniquely tinted glasses, you could say.
I like that analogy a lot. Like we all have those glasses, don't we?
We do. It's just about being aware of them.
Right? And recognizing that those opinions, even when they're well-intentioned, they can sometimes feel like pressure or judgment.
Absolutely. Especially if their values clash with yours or just how our generation does things.
Yeah, like what worked in their dating days might totally backfire in the age of dating apps, right?
Totally different game now.
So the question becomes like, how do we honor our parents' opinions without sacrificing our own autonomy?
And staying true to ourselves and our own choices, right?
Exactly, because it's not like we can just shut our families out completely.
No, sometimes they DOC red flags we miss or offer wisdom we wouldn't have thought of on our own.
They've been there, done that.
Exactly. So it's about finding that balance.
Okay, but how do we actually do that
I think communication is key.
with both your partner and to your family?
Yep. It's about setting those boundaries, explaining why certain opinions might not resonate with you.
Like, hey, mom and dad, I appreciate your concern, but I need to figure this one out on my own.
Exactly. And on the flip side, really listening to their perspective, even if you don't agree.
Yeah, showing that you respect their opinion even if you don't plan on following their advice.
Right. It's about understanding where they're coming from.
Because maybe they're genuinely concerned or maybe they're projecting some unresolved stuff.
And sometimes just acknowledging their perspective, thanking them for caring that can go a long way in diffusing tension.
Yeah, it's about finding that sweet spot between honoring their experience and, forging your own path.
Absolutely. And I think if we zoom out a little, it's really all about personal growth.
Oh, how so?
Well, as we navigate relationships, our views on love commitment, even family dynamics, they all evolve.
They do, don't they? Like,
Yes.
what we thought was a deal breaker 5 years ago maybe isn't so much anymore.
Exactly.
So for our listener out there who's maybe wrestling with this whole parent relationship puzzle, what's like the takeaway?
Here's a thought. If your parents' experiences shape their opinions, are you letting your relationship experiences shape your perspective too?
Whoa, I like that a lot.
It's like, are you open to changing your mind, even if it means going against what your family might expect?
That's a good one. Really makes you think.
And hopefully it sparks some interesting dinner table conversations.
Maybe, but keep it respectful out there, folks.
Always.
All right, until next time, happy navigating.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.